Hey folks, it's T Mark, and I want to ask you a question. What if there was a way that you could completely rewire your brain for happiness? In other words, what if there was something that you could do, or some things that you could do, easily do, on a daily basis that would increase your happiness quotient? Hold on a second. That's a little bit better. Could increase your happiness quotient. What if through simple act of applying these principles, and they're not really principles, they're really just simple activities. But what if in doing that you could create a happier state for you and other people? And the reason I talk about happiness, it might sound cliche or trite, happy, happy. But when you think about it, I mean, it is part of the very fabric of, at least of the United States, when you think about our Declaration of Independence. Right in the first couple of paragraphs is the pursuit of happiness. So it's part of the zeitgeist. It's actually part of the United States. And if you're looking at this video and you don't live in the United States, I'll assert that it is probably part and parcel, a deeply entrenched aspect of your country or wherever you might live. So, there I'm sure there's some kind of language given to the importance of happiness. So, now that we've established that it's important, how can we achieve it? Happiness, again, it might sound cliche, but happiness begins with us. That's actually a quote by Aristotle. So, you might say, well, T Mark, that's all well and good, but how do I rewire my own brain to be happy? Well, let me talk about that for a second. Growing up, I know when I grew up, it was we were taught in school that the brain was static. So after you reached a certain age, you couldn't learn. So, for example, if you were, over a certain age, you wouldn't be able to learn to play piano, or it would be exceedingly difficult to do that. Well, we're not talking about learning to play the piano, but I am talking about a concept called neuroplasticity, which is essentially the brain's ability to rewire itself, literally rewire the physical or the dendritic connections, not to get too deep into brain science, but essentially it is known that the brain can be rewired over time. And the very exciting thing is that we, meaning us, can direct that process. So we can rewire our own brains. And in this case, it's how to rewire the brain to put us in a state of happiness and deeper levels of just overall satisfaction with life and contentment with life. So it's pretty interesting concept. I actually quoted a few different sources in my blog post today, and as always, I enjoyed writing this post, and I think you'll get a lot out of it. But I did actually talk about 4 ways. Actually, I quoted some brain scientists that you can read about in the blog. And then I actually found some content that talked about 4 very easy activities. They're not even principles, just activities that we can incorporate on a daily basis that will help to increase our happiness quotient over time. Or, said within the context of the blog post, will help us to rewire our brains in order for us to experience a happier life, experience happiness, and in effect raise our happiness quotient. So the long and the short is, you want to be happy? 4 steps to train your brain, and you'll be happy. So as always, you can find the link by clicking the blog post. I think this video has a lot of overexposure. One of the things is so much to learn, which is good, but then it's so much to learn, and I ain't going to try to learn it all. And I don't know much about videography. The window's open and the sun is shining this way, and it looks washed out. I don't know what that means in terms of like video. I think you can see my face, but it's kind of washed out. So anyway, I'll learn that stuff on another day. But for today, click the link below, and you can read the post. And actually, when you read the post, leave me a comment and let me know which of the 4 practices or techniques you'll incorporate into your daily experience if you don't incorporate all four. I think I think they're really actionable and compelling initiatives or things that are talked about. It's funny, you spend a lifetime in corporate America and you can't get away from talking that way. Who says initiatives? I do. Anyway, so check it out. Click the link below. Check out the blog post. Let me know which of the four you're going to incorporate in your life, and because I'd like to see how it makes you happier. And I will see you the next time. All right. So I appreciate the opportunity to chat with you. I appreciate the ability to share my thoughts and concepts with you. And I hope you get some value from it. And I'd like to see you be happier. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.